On the latest episode of Farmer Wants a Wife, the show mucks up its format again by bringing in more contestants like they did in Season 2. Only last time, when the new women showed up, temptation was coming into town.
Connections will be put to the test when temptation walks into town.
But this season, a surprise is.
They have no idea what surprise is coming into town.
I'm Lizzie Frizzle. Let's talk about TV.
This is Farmer Wants a Wife.
According to host Kim Williams-Paisley, who I like, but wish was still Jennifer Nettles. We're halfway through the season. Episode 6 is called Mama Knows Best because this time, the new potential contestants were all allegedly handpicked by the farmers' moms. Which seems like a pretty unfair advantage to me, especially on a show like this, where guys say stuff like this.
I definitely credit who I am to my mom.
But before we head into town for tempting surprises, we stop by the farms for farm work. Except in California, where the farm work is eating breakfast. Farmer Matt confessionals about liking women who push him to be more adventurous while he cooks plain scrambled eggs for his contestants. In another confessional, Matt admits that he knows the women want him to open up more, and in case his low, gravelly vocal fry exists at a frequency some viewers can't hear, Chelsea says the same thing right after in her own confessional.
There's still 4 girls on the farm, and they're just not feeling like they're getting much from me.
He's sweet, he's a friend to all, but I am needing a little bit more.
In Arkansas, on Colton's farm, a horse rolls over. Later, the women brush possibly the same horse, while Zoe pretends to like the necklace Colton bought her.
I've never had anything like this before, so it's definitely something I gotta wear into.
Colton reiterates how great his date with Zoe was. There's just one thing that's bothering him.
The only thing that I would change about that is I didn't take the opportunity to kiss her.
Back to his old tricks, I see. Colton discusses his other connections, too. He says Keely is a bombshell who's fun to be around, and Bailey feels like someone he's known for a long time. He doesn't mention Hope because he has no connection to her. In Alabama, some of Farmer Jay's contestants also brush a horse, one named Jimmy D. Karina and Tiana are paired up for the job, probably because the producers were trying to incite drama. But unfortunately for them, the other women collectively decided to be nice to Tiana from now on.
Do you want like salt and pepper on your egg and stuff?
I like salt, I don't like pepper.
Elsewhere, Jay tasks Julia, and also Grace, but the scene is mostly about Julia, with scooping up horse poop, challenging a promise she made to him when they met.
Like, I'm not shoveling. That won't happen. Like, that's where you lost me.
If Julia's really coming around to farm work like she said she was when she was trying to not get eliminated.
I like this lifestyle, and I like being around the animals and, like, the calmness of it.
Then cleaning up after Jimmy D shouldn't be a problem. It's a problem. Julia refuses to help on the grounds of fearing disease, not liking the smell, not believing that cow poop is made of grass, and being from Malibu, even though she's used that one already.
I am from Malibu, California, and I am a runway model. I was not put on this earth to lift hay.
I wasn't born in Malibu to come shovel.
Meanwhile, for her efficiency, Grace gets the nickname One Scoop Wonder. Joy from last season could learn a lot from her. In Missouri, with Samantha gone, Farmer John chooses his new favorite by throwing a ceremonial chicken at Claire while they all clean the coop. Later, they head to the driveway, where John promises Claire a solo date soon. Then he makes fun of her hugging style so he has an excuse to touch her, while Lily and Kaylee look on, still cleaning his chicken coop.
Okay, well, I guess we'll finish up this chicken work.
We check in with John about each of his contestants. He's into Claire's wit now that she's comfortable enough to show it. He feels natural interacting with Lily, and he doesn't think he can bear the weight of Kaylee's emotions. I know where this is headed.
Haley, I think you're gonna have to go home. You are emotional.
Later on, the farmers get letters letting them know about the mom-approved women waiting to meet them. But each new contestant barely gets any screen time, just enough to confirm on camera that they want to have a bunch of kids, like lots of the other women this season.
Since I was little, I knew like my role in this life was to have a lot of kids.
Yeah, so I would definitely do at least 3, and then like up to 5.
I think that it would be fun, like, to have a lot of kids, like 4.
How many do you want?
2 or 3. If I could be like a stay-at-home mom, then yeah, I'd probably have more kids.
Yeah.
Is this Farmer Ty from last season's legacy? None of the people cast on this show are allowed to want 1 or fewer kids ever again? As the farmers head into town, The women complain and speculate about what'll happen. Haley even threatens to quit the show if Matt invites another woman to join their group. It's too bad that Rachel didn't make it this far, because I think she and Haley would have bonded about being mad at the twist instead of trying to make each other look bad on TikTok like they're currently doing.
Even the people behind the scenes that weren't on the show all agreed that they were together. They all believed it so strongly that after a meeting with production, we all decided that Haley should stay in a separate hotel and not on the farm anymore.
I have not talked about it once because it is so unimportant to me. I was there to find my husband. Sis, literally, she flew to San Francisco to see her boyfriend and then came back to the farm.
Naturally, Farmer Matt's mom selects a blonde for him to meet, one named Amanda. She flew all the way from 25 minutes outside of Nashville to meet Matt, and the editors couldn't even bother to cobble together her date scene without reusing footage.
How many kids do you want?
As many as God will allow me to have.
Yeah, that's actually pretty close to my answer.
Yeah.
As the dates wrap up, tough decisions await for our farmers.
That's actually pretty close to my answer.
Yeah.
We learn that Amanda works in pharmaceutical sales.
Very cool.
Is it? When Amanda described herself as shy and quiet, it was suddenly clear why the editors opened the episode with Matt talking about preferring to date bold women. He doesn't invite Amanda onto the farm, shocking his contestants because
He's also not good at saying no.
That's true. That's very true.
in Arkansas, Colton meets Kate from Nashville. Even though she rides horses, doesn't care that Colton's already a dad, has money saved from her corporate HR job, and I think Colton is attracted to her.
You look like a really pretty version of Jenny off of Forrest Gump.
Colton's mom warns us that she's never tried to set him up because he wouldn't like who she'd pick. Her words ring true when Colton doesn't invite Kate onto the farm. He does pretend he did to mess with his contestants, though.
Stay out here for a minute.
What?
So, met a pretty cool girl. You guys want to meet her? Nah, I'm just messing with you. I didn't bring anybody back. When it comes to women, I'm dumb, but I'm not an idiot.
Cut to Farmer John. He meets Giuliana, a private chef who studied in Italy.
You speak Italian?
Ciao, come sta?
I'm not doubting her story, but responding, "Hi, how are you?" when someone asks if you're fluent in a language is so suspicious, especially when it happens to be nearly identical to saying, "Hi, how are you?" in another very commonly spoken language. As John goes in on his chin, we learn that he wants a minimum of 6 kids. Ouch. And to not do any dishes, but also none of the cooking either.
I want him to, love what I cook and he can clean everything for me. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say.
Do you like what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. I like where it was going until that point.
As for Giuliana, she wants to cook and garden and set womankind back 1,000 years.
I desire to be led as a woman and protected.
Initially, John thought he'd reject his new contestant, and he assures us that if he were seriously dating someone, he would have never even met with Giuliana, which is good because that would basically be cheating. But John experiences a change of heart because
She's absolutely gorgeous.
John and Giuliana, now with flour in her hair, arrive at his parents' house. He'd convinced himself that his other contestants wouldn't be upset. When they are, he tries convincing them that it would be unfair to everyone if he didn't pursue Giuliana in case there's something there. And it works. Kaylee cries her signature tears, but also tells John she trusts him, and Lily only encourages him to be more open in general. Claire wanders off somewhere. In Alabama, Jay meets Rissa, who he's quickly drawn to after she says something similar to one of his tattoos.
Family's all we have, when it comes down to it.
Hey, we all we got. We all we got.
I love that.
Jay is excited that Rissa likes the outdoors, but like Farmer John, there's only one thing that really matters to him.
I think it depends how attracted he is to her.
Very beautiful, stunning young lady.
He returns to the farm with Rissa, where Julia is caught s'more-handed being rude to her about even California.
Yo, Rissa, she from California.
Yes. Woodland Hills.
Jay instantly takes Julia aside to eliminate her for her bad attitude.
Whatever.
Not only did she think her didn't stink, she thought it didn't even exist.
Don't your poop have a smell?
I don't poop.
On her way out, Julia calls Jay boring and trash talks his farm, but really, she's just saying the same thing over and over again.
I just feel like almost like a hit to my ego a bit.
Julia gifting Jay that portrait of herself in the premiere was the funniest thing that's happened all season, and unfortunately, it was also where she peaked as a cast member. After, her shtick, refusing to do absolutely everything from picking up cow poop to playing pool, got repetitive fast because she refused to do absolutely everything. I like my Farmer Wants a Wife antagonists to actually want to be there, too, like Reba or Cassidy Joe. I miss them. Before Julia's finished packing, Tiana tries to quit, but it turns into more of a mutual elimination. Basically, both Jay and Tiana knew that Jay wasn't into Tiana. She says she feels put on the back burner by him, and she was, because he lost interest as soon as he heard about the tension with the other women. Whether Tiana's elimination was the direct result of Grace's comments to Jay, a side effect of being too distracted dealing with friction to make a connection with him, or both, is unclear. All we know for sure is that Tiana has good taste in stores. After Tiana waits a long time for Jay to walk around the car and open a door for her, she and Julia drive away. Suddenly, Jay is down to 3 contestants, one he just met, one who's been totally silent all scene except to say her name, and one who's...
I'm just hot right now.
Will Karina cool down? Will things heat up between Farmer John and Lily on a group camping trip? And will the rest of the contestants continue to ice out the newcomers? Find out next week on another Farmer Wants a Wife recap. Thanks for watching. In the meantime, if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe, and also turn on notifications to be notified about the next video. Thanks again, and see you then. Bye!